Johnson for that prayer. At this time, we'll ask our SG to just read our agenda for tonight's meeting.
Okay, the reading of the meeting today, our agenda, we got opening prayer, which have already been done. We got welcome remark, chapter roll call, we got meetings, we got administrative update, we got committee chapter reports, other matters, and closing prayer. That was the reading of the agenda, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, SG. You have heard the reading of the agenda. We will now obtain a motion to adopt the agenda.
Michael Bull of Georgia, so move.
Second. Okay, who's second?
Kentucky.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded that the agenda just read be used as a working tool to guide this meeting. All in favor, say yea.
Yeah.
Contrary?
Yeah.
Okay, the yea have it, and the agenda is hereby adopted. I think all of you have received the minutes from the previous meeting from the Office of the Secretary General. If you did receive that minutes, I would now open the floor if there is any objection or any correction to that minutes. Anyone here that did not receive the minutes?
When was it sent?
The SG sent that, I think, 4 hours before the start of this meeting. Did you all receive the minutes? If you did not receive the minutes, make it known.
I didn't receive it.
Yeah, I did not receive the minute.
I didn't receive it.
Okay, I will appeal to the SG to just read the minutes. Okay, SG.
Okay, so I get them out of the computer. Read it this time. My assistant will be reading. The meeting was called to order at 8:25 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time by the President, Mr. Abraham Williams. The opening prayer was done by the chaplain, Reverend Johnson, followed by the reading of the agenda by the Secretary, Reverend Cephas Davis. A motion to accept the agenda and adoption was made by Martha II and seconded by the Secretary General. Next on the agenda was a welcome remark by the President. Next, the President welcomed the North Carolina chapter board members and the President of Moses Lavine, Joseph Davis, and Sam Morgan, who were guests at the Executive Committee meeting. Next on the agenda was the roll call by the Secretary General and adoption and approval of the minutes. Can you please mute yourself? One minute, I got to mute people.
Yeah, please mute your date and
if you're not speaking, please mute your phone, please.
Mute your phone.
You know, we always say this, but it's like people just keep doing it.
Something media days of our life.
Can you identify who phone interrupted? Is that President Albert Taylor?
Okay.
Certainly not.
Okay.
Your Honor.
I didn't do our next meeting. I would just do a setting that nobody would be able to speak until I allow them to speak. Okay, next on the agenda were administrative updates. First, the President extended condolence to the Georgia chapter regarding the loss of the late Bishop Harris. The President also informed the body that the Indiana chapter president was involved in the accident. Next, the President again welcomed the North Carolina chapter and asked for the remark. Moses Lavine remarked, and he noted that concern with the national leadership was and is the management of finance of the organization and constitutional issues. That's why Mr. Morgan, with greetings from the chapter president, who introduced Joseph Davis and gave words of encouragement to the body. Next, the president asked the Secretary General to read the letter from the North Carolina chapter. Next was the reporting. The Ways and Means Chair Lady Martha Toll briefed the body on her committee's work, meaning the Jita Time Facility Project, the Maya Reed's halfway house. Following was a question from Maddie Phillips on the construction date of the halfway house. All questions were addressed by the president elected officers and the Ways and Means Chair Lady with additional clarity concerning the halfway house to the body. During the conversation about the halfway house, Maddie Phillips suggested the leadership think big and extend the halfway house project. Next, the president welcomed the vice president to the meeting. At the same time, Martha Charlie expressed concern about the leadership complaint against Director Farouk. Next was Vice President remarked concerning Director Farouk and made a motion that the executive committee mandates the leadership to communicate to the board concerning Director Farouk. Followed by many comments, concerns, and recommendations to resolve the conflict between the administration and Director Farouk. Finally, the body voted to mandate the leadership to communicate with the board of directors. Next was monthly financial updates by the treasurer, Donald Moore. Mr. Moore noted that our beginning balance for March was $40,719.97, a deposit of $9,900, totaling $50,619.97, with a payout of $2,052.95, with the remaining balance of $48,576.02. He further noted that monthly bank statements are sent to the board of directors. He further stated that the inauguration intake was $17,031 and expenditure was $8,444, with a grand income $1,587, $7,300 of outstanding pledges. Finally, the treasurer addressed all the questions and thanked his team. And the treasurer was thanked by the national president. Next was an update from the outreach committee. The chair lady noted they check in with chapter president bi-weekly and that the committee is planning to visit chapters and have placed branches in region for easy visits. Chair lady Mary also noted that the committee is planning a Christmas program for our elderly. Next was the 2022 convention committee. Co-chair Martha Toole made an update. She shared the convention budget with the body. Next, the host chapter representative shared a narrative concerning the convention budget. After which there were comments and questions, and the questions were addressed. The next update was Rhode Island chapter by Martha Charlie, and she noted, 1 minute I gotta allow somebody back in. And she noted they are in touch with the members and everyone is doing well, followed by South Jersey, Maddie Phillips. They had their last meeting on April 24th, and they are planning additional food sales to raise funds for the 2022 convention. Finally, the Kentucky chapter noted they have reached out to all members, had their first Zoom meeting, which was well attended, and informed the body that their chapter inauguration will be in August of 2022. Following was the Michigan chapter. The president noted they have 5 new members and are planning for a July 4th food sale. Colorado chapter pointed out that all was well with the chapter and could not give an update because of time. The president asked the Secretary General to thank the chapter leaders, and the Secretary General did. The president informed the executive committee that the convention speaker will be Honorable Nathaniel McGill, Minister of Presidential Affairs, Republic of Liberia. The Secretary General made a motion of adjournment and seconded by Martha Toole, and closing prayer by the chaplain. Misha Reverend Davis, National Secretary General.
We want to thank our National Secretary General for the reading of the previous meeting from the previous meeting. You have heard, we all have heard the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting. What is the will and pleasure of this body? Are there any correction to the minutes? Well, there be no correction or objection to the minutes? The minutes are hereby approved. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General, for that reading of the minutes. At this time, we will ask our SG for the roll call.
Okay. National President.
Present.
National Vice President.
Present.
National Secretary General, I'm here. National Treasurer.
Present.
National Financial Secretary. National Chaplain. Okay, National Chaplain, she based, I think she watching something that movie.
She watching Days of Our Lives.
Reverend Johnson, are you hearing us?
They're muted because she got a lot of noise in her.
Okay. Okay. National Point. Okay. Let me pause, Mr. President. Georgia people, anything happen to our point?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. She always in media. I haven't seen her like 2 or 3 meetings.
I think it's only the last 2 meetings. Last meeting were engaged with Bishop Harris funeral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this meeting.
Okay, Chapter President, Kentucky. Maryland Chapter. Maryland Chapter. Okay, I'm here. Okay. I have to do the roll call. Yeah, on mute and answer, please. Yeah, I'm back on. Michigan Chapter. Okay.
Present.
Minnesota Chapter. North Carolina Chapter. North Carolina.
Yes,
Okay.
present,
North Jersey.
present,
New York Chapter. Pennsylvania Chapter.
Present.
Rhode Island. South Jersey Chapter.
Present.
Jersey Chapter. Washington, D.C. Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta. Okay, I might have put sleeping. Colorado Chapter.
Why we are sleeping here?
You know what answer? Colorado Chapter, Luther is present, he's driving, so.
Present.
Okay, Luther present.
Colorado present.
Okay. So I go to just committees.
Mr. Secretary, you heard me, right? Colorado present?
Yeah, Colorado president, how are you? Yeah, how are you? Very, very well. Yeah, I heard you very, very well. Ways and means? Outreach,
Here.
archive chairperson.
Present.
Okay, communication.
Present.
I mean, I forget the committee, or what's the name of the committee?
Which committee that?
Winston Tobo, the committee heading.
Strategic planning. Yeah.
Okay, strategic planning.
That's a VIP.
Yes, I'm here, Mr. SG.
Okay, Mr. President, that's a really for our roll call.
Thank you, Mr. SG. We want to welcome all of you. At this time, we will ask our able Vice President to just welcome all of the members of the Executive Committee. Mr. Vice President.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you. Members of the Executive Committee, on behalf of the executive leadership, we want to take this time to welcome each and every one of you to this very own important meeting. Especially, we want to welcome Ms. Abba Taylor back to the Executive Committee. And we're looking forward to a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
We want to thank our Vice President for that welcome statement. I also want to join the Vice President in welcoming all of our Executive Committee members. You guys are the architect, you guys are the lieutenant, the governor of this able institution. And I also want to take this time to welcome President Albert Taylor. President Albert, we want to say we welcome you wholeheartedly with the love of God. We say you are welcome. And we also want to congratulate the North Carolina chapter for the decision that was made to come back to the union. We are blessed to have you, and we look forward to a better working relationship with you and members of the North Carolina chapter. We also want to take this time to welcome all of our executive committee members, Charles Howard, who have been traveling a lot. We all know that Charles worked with the federal government and he's such a busy person. He's the chairperson of the Communication and Technology Committee. We want to say welcome. And to Mr. Winston Topo, we want to say welcome. We are blessed to have you back. These are busy people. We want to say welcome to all of our executive committee members. We want to say thank you for coming. And to our able PA chapter president who just returned from Liberia, Mr. Bablo, we want to say welcome. We are glad to have you back. We know you have some news for us from Liberia. I know you and I should have talked, but I will definitely give you a lot of information what led to that breakdown. But we want to say welcome. And again, we also want to take this time to extend our deepest, I don't know, but prayers. Our prayers and thoughts are out there for the former president of the Georgia chapter. He was involved in an accident, and we got that information last night, and we want to send out our prayers out there for him and wishing him a speedy recovery. We also, Basinga, the president for the Tennessee chapter, was also involved in an accident. Indiana chapter, he's recuperating. We also send prayers out for him, and as well as the chairperson of the board, who is also recuperating, Mr. Glenn Cooper. We want you to keep them in your prayers. Again, we want to thank you all for coming. This meeting I promise it will be very brief and short because time is fast spent. The agenda was squarely focused on the 2022 National Convention and the financial report. So at this time, we will now turn the floor over to the chairperson of the National Convention Committee, which is the next business in order, Mr. Joe Reese, to give us an update.
Mr. Reed, I'm sorry. Can I just ask the president something? I know you talk about, you called the name of two persons that we needed to pray for, and the former Georgia president. Can you just say her name just so that people don't know or some else get it?
Mr. Gagwa. Mr. Gagwa. It's a hard name to pronounce. A lot of people.
Okay. No, I was thinking of myself. I was thinking about it's just good to say the name.
That's
so
right,
thank you.
right.
His name is Gregwen Gagwa.
Gagwa. Okay.
Okay.
I believe most of us here.
We'll pray for him.
Yeah, no stranger here. Many of us have worked with him, and yes, his name is Mr. Gagwan. And let us, Joe, the vice president, were able to send out that text message last night. And according to reports, his condition is stable, but right now he cannot receive calls. Probably in the update from the Georgia president, I think probably will form part of his report. So
Thank you. You know, a lot of our AARP, we can forget it now. So just say it for us.
Thank you. Mr. VP, it's all yours.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the Executive Committee, as we plan our 2022 convention, we are looking forward to a roadblock convention this year. And we are counting on your support. We want to report to the Executive Committee what we have accomplished so far. We have secured a venue for the convention. It's going to be at the Best Western, call it Best Western Plus Hotel and Conference Center. This is a suited place for convention. This place is built for convention and conferences. It has about 12 ballrooms. It has ballrooms on 8th, 5th floor, 1st floor, and 2nd floor. So we have secured 50 rooms for our guests and delegates. We only secure one hotel at this time because everything gonna be centralized at this location. So we don't have a choice of second and third hotels. The cost of the hotel is $119, and that includes continental breakfast, or they call deluxe breakfast. So you guys can start informing your membership now that we can go ahead and start booking. We have signed the agreement with the hotel for the rooms. We also secure 3 space at that same hotel. They are giving us the and greet on the Friday night as a complimentary. Also gave us the meeting space on Saturday morning as complimentary as well. At the same location, we're going to be having our caution night. Basically, what we did as a convention committee met, the Friday night going to be our social night. Normally, the Saturday night is the social night, but we switched the Saturday night, social night to Friday night, which is going to be our meet and greet. That's what we're going to socialize. And this year, we're going to be embarking on a new momentum, embracing our culture. And the theme for the convention is reclaiming our Bassa heritage. So we're going to be inviting the chapters presidents along with a representative to one of our meeting, because we have secured 3 of our permanent Bassa citizens to help us to develop cultural events for our cultural heritage night. And we'll be looking forward to each and every members of the entire organization, most especially chapters and members, to participate in terms of your family, teenagers and stuff. But the details will follow once we convene a meeting. Let me share again. We also have completed or update 2000 UNIBOA 31st National Convention event schedule, September 2nd to the 5th, I'm sorry, convention registration. So this year, what we're trying to do, we're trying to encourage people to do early registration. And the purpose of early registration is to have our secretariat to be able to have all of the documentation, the credential, your badges and stuff and thing, register ahead of time, prepared, So we have a cutoff time, which will be August 15. We're also going to be doing online registration. We prepared a form, and that form going to be sent to the chapters. We're going to post it online. You can go online and do your registration. Those that don't have the ability to go online and do the registration, we send hard copy of the forms to the chapters so members can register as well, where will be capturing all of your basic information. So if you buy t-shirts, we ask you to choose a t-shirt size. So when you come, you will have your t-shirt, we have your size, everything ready. So you will know that. So we're asking people to do it in advance. And the only way we can carry all this information effectively, if you're representative to the convention committee along with your chapter president, spread the information out, to the membership to inform them of some of the changes and some of the things we're trying to accomplish at this year with a convention. So as I said, that Friday night will be social night, which will be a meet and greet. Saturday morning from 8 to 5, which will be the convention business section. Then Saturday evening, which will be our cultural heritage night, which will entail the Queen Contest and cultural heritage night program. And the dress code for that night is business attire. And the entrance for the event is $25 flat rate. And then we're going to have Sunday, we're going to have Sunday service. And the host chapter is still working on this. So this is just for now, we're going to have a visitation either to DC or we're going to do a boat ride. So the chairperson of the convention, Mr. Smith, and the host chapter, they are working on the modality, and stuff. So this may change, it may stay, So for now, we have visitation when at the DC. Then on the 4th, which is our ball and banquet, and that is the event for the convention. These are information that's going to be shared. The Secretary General is going to share this information with you guys, and then we'll be able to share within our respective chapters and chat rooms and stuff to help to promote the convention. We're going to be doing a lot of promotion this year with the convention. The IT, archive and IT and the secretariat going to be working closely together to help to promote the convention. We're going to promote this convention on all social media aspect. So I will ask Mr. Howard to just give a 5-minute debrief, some of the discussions, some of the things that will be anticipated for our promotion for the convention this year. Mr. Howard.
Okay, quick correction, Mr. Vice President. You said business suit, not business African attire for our culture night.
Okay, yeah, is I'm sorry, it's rare African attire. Yeah, I said business. Okay, African attire.
You said what in suit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Can I ask
Thanks,
a
Mr.
question?
Vice President.
Howard?
And first,
Hold on. Let Mr. Howard give the update, then you can ask a question, please, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
All right.
Yeah, Charles, go ahead.
okay, thank you, Mr. Vice President. And firstly, I want to, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I joined because I'm on my Bluetooth. First, I want to say thanks very much. And sorry, I came a little late because I was telling you some situation. Secondly, I want to publicly apologize to the Vice President Today we spoke briefly, and we always pull each other legs, but I went a little bit off because it's been a very stressful couple of days. So, Mr. VP, I'm very sorry for the reaction. You know, I'm always joyous. What we want to do for this convention first is that once we receive all of these promotional things that have been presented here from the Vice President and the Secretary, we want to start to flood our website of it. Then we want to make sure every member posts it on their social media outlet. Every member put it on your social media outlet, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your whatever, your Yap, your Instagram, whatever. We'll ask you to please post it there because we want to encourage everybody to come, and then we want to make sure they are aware of it, not just us. We want the people to know that there's other people in the town, straight up. So we're going to look for that. We also want to, I'm working on, if you look at my screen, I'm working on like an email outlet, email flyer, where every Friday or Saturday, I will shoot out an email to my
You break it up,
example, my email contacts, almost information that I think will come, but I will shoot it out. And then, so what I was saying was that I will ask everybody to please put all of the flyers when it comes out on the social media, every outlet you have. Secondly, I'm going to set it up in a way where every weekend we're going to have an email sent out. People you want to remind all the time, we can send out that little snippet.
Well, the tech may have an internet
not to
problem.
embarrass them, not to annoy them enough. I will send it out to everybody. When you come to the website, you hit subscribe. Your first email,
No, go ahead.
You have it static.
Secretary.
You have it static. That's what Charles.
Oh,
yeah, we need to play.
Oh yeah. I'm on my mobile. That's why. So when you hit the website, hit subscribe. You're going to get an email first coming to you with the information about the convention. So those are the strategies we want to develop. Lastly, or not lastly, but the next one will be that I'm trying to get some of these people who are doing their online TV and other stuff like that, like Providence TV. I know the guys very well. The other one, they call them Focus on Liberia TV. I'm going to get in touch with them so that they can also promote it during their programs. Whenever they're having a live program, they can can be sliding either under the screen, or they can flash it before the program starts or after the program starts. I'm hoping and praying that the vice president, who knows some of these other guys, or the secretary, we can find a way to talk with them, to do some live discussion with them, with us on doing their program or doing the live presentation on Facebook, wherever it is. Then lastly, I'm going to work with the secretary commencing next week, where we can do our own short mini series or presentation. And we're going to put it on the website where we're going to be talking about it. Maybe we'll get a vice president to put your handsome face there, or get a president, or get one of the beautiful ladies like Martha to put their face on, and they will talk about the convention. And that will be rolling continuously. When you come to the website, it will play automatically for you to understand. So those who can read too good, you can hear the English. I'll try to get Bobby Joe to see if he can speak the Bassa. So we have a section there for him to come and then speak the Bassa, explain the program to people in Bassa. So you who come to America, you're reading it, if you hear English too well, you will get it in Bassa. So you can't say, I didn't hear it, I didn't know about it. You're waiting for town crier, because no town crier coming. We put it online. So those are the short things that I have in mind right now. Next week, I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. So I'm going to start working with the secretary and the vice president to see how we can get these things implemented. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Vice President, if you're not sharing, can I close your email and stop sharing your document? Yeah.
No, I'll sharing the form.
Yeah, because I see a bit. How you want.
Yeah, but no form yet.
All right.
Document.
Okay. You want a lot of.
Okay.
Are you ready for the question?
the SG will be also recognizing people who really want. Oh, the vice president still on the floor. Go ahead, VP.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, before there was a question, someone wanted to
Yeah, let's
ask a
have that
question.
form.
Yeah,
So
go ahead,
go ahead
VP.
and ask that question, and then afterwards, Martha want to do a little update as well.
Okay, let that takes a few questions. Okay, Steve Bablo, you will be the first person. After you will be Anthony Tai, guy hand up. Yeah.
SG,
Yeah.
can I appeal that the committee complete, because I wanted for
Okay.
Martha and Bobby Joe, who is also the host, to provide any other additional information they may have, then we'll take question. We'll start from Martha, then we'll go to Bobby Joe.
okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to add that every year for our convention, we always encourage our members that have businesses to participate during our social night, which is Saturday night, to bring their businesses and have things out there to sell. This year, we're anticipating to have a whole lot of people. So if you have African clothes or whatever you have to sell, it's going to be $100 for the table to have out there. We really encourage everyone also that we have the ads. We have our ads this year. It will be still $100 for a full page. Half page is $50. If you want that back page, one where everybody turn over, they can look at you, that's $200 for that one. So we just encourage you to participate, because we need to sell a lot of ads. So please reach out to any of us that are on the committee if you have an ad that you want to put in there. That's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bobby Joe, host president.
Yes, Mr. President, how are you?
Good.
Okay. I don't know where to begin, but I think we are all looking forward to making sure that this convention be a success, because there's some things that are happening since we were last on the call. But I saw that the vice president had, I don't know who the guy that just talked, but my problem is that I just want transparency. I want to know who all can be part and what because this is our home. We are welcoming them, even though we're not a national vice president or a national president. But we want to know who's coming in our neighborhood, so that when something happens, we know exactly who to cover. But by the same token, we realize that this is how we are bringing our people together. So I'm just looking forward to a great what do you call it? A great convention, because it's exciting on this side. It's very exciting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bobby Joe. Mr. Chairman, you want to conclude with your screen?
Yeah, as I was indicating, so this is the registration form. We're gonna have an online version of this form where you can go and register and encourage your member to go and register, where you can go and pay your convention fee. There will be an option where you can pay online as well, or you can order your souvenir package. You can also choose your size of t-shirts. Like Martha just said, you want to do an ad, you can indicate that you want a half page ad or whole page ad. We also asking members, if you know any businesses that we're looking for corporate sponsors as well. We have various categories of corporate sponsors. We have the silver, we have gold, we have platinum, and we have titles, and the prices and stuff and things like that. And these are the payment method. So we have an online versions of this form, and then we're going to have a hard copy. So those that can go online and fill out these forms, you can also do it within your chapters, and the convention committee pricing will be responsible to collect this information and send it back to us. We have already submitted our budget to the board directors. So the budget you guys have approved already. So we are asking each and every president to please talk to your board representation to try to approve our budget because you already approved this budget. So please talk to your representation from the board when they meet so they can approve this budget because we need to start dispersing some of this money for preparation. Mr. President, I think so far we are done and we'll be able to answer questions. If there's any question.
Well, we'll turn it over to the SG who will now recognize people who really want to ask questions, but we want to thank our able Vice President. SG.
Mr. Steve Wablo, you got the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I just kind of a little bit confused with the fees I saw on the flyers. I seen that $25 for the, I think the cultural night. Does that apply to the convention delegates? And then I also saw another area where you got $100 or $30 and so forth. Does all of those fees apply to convention delegates?
Convention committee?
No, you muted. No, it doesn't.
No, I think the $100 for convention delegate.
Okay, I'm sorry. The convention, the fees for delegate is $100 and that $100 takes into all of the activities. So that $25 is for our guests, our outside and invited guests. If you come in as a delegate, once you are accredited, your credential will take you to all of the events without any additional charge. You only, I think, pay for your souvenir package or T-shirt.
Oh, okay, all right, understandable.
Anthony Tower, you got a question? I see your hand up. Mr. Anthony Tower, I see your hand up. Do you have a question?
President Iowa.
Okay, anybody else? Any other question? Questions?
Oh, Reverend Johnson.
He's muted.
Reverend Johnson, you're muted. You gotta unmute.
Go ahead.
Okay, Reverend Johnson, you're still muted.
Martha, you want to text her? And okay, she okay.
No, I got it. Y'all got it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I know you guys are working hard and tirelessly to get chapters, registrations and so forth. And to the chairman, you guys really, because we know that even since we've been in this executive committee, there are a lot of chapters that are still not represented. Are you guys working hard, like overnight, overtime to make sure? Because I live in Texas and I don't know, every time I ask question, Texas is still not. So maybe I don't know, but I know there are members in this chapter that really want to attend the convention, that want to be part of the convention and activities of UNIBOA. So I don't know, are you guys doing something to reach out? I hear the VP talking about sending out applications and all that. So what can we do, or what can I do to make sure you'll get those informations if it's not coming from the leadership?
Okay, before the VP come in, let me just add to try to help answer that question. With respect to the reach out you just spoke about, I think the presence of President Albert Taylor is a clear indication of this administration effort to make sure that we have all of our chapters in full swing. Right. And with regards to the Texas chapter, Joe and I, the Vice President and I, have been leading that effort in consultation with other members of the executive committee. We reached out to them on several occasions. And I also want you to note, Madam Chaplain, that you and Bobby Joe also have a real responsibility in terms of reaching out to others, members of the union that have been inactive.
Right.
Yeah, the Reconciliation Task Force, you all chair that as well. So we look forward to having you guys to help this administration to also
Mhm.
reach out to them, considering the fact you guys reside in that area. And
Okay.
yeah, when I spoke to Jenny, she gave me the assurance that they have had, I think, 2 or 3 meetings, and they were coming back in full swing. But again, I want to thank you for that concern. And again,
Okay.
just want to encourage you and Bobby Joe and other members to be able to reach out. Probably the vice president
Mr. President, do we have the Jenny email address?
For email address for who?
For Jenny from Texas, you know. I got my
Jenny
email address.
Tita?
I don't know whether it's working.
Our email address is on the list. It's on it.
Everything
Is it
for Jenny
functional?
we have, everything is working. The phone working, the email, everything.
Yeah.
Unless the president, we just need to do a little more.
Okay, Maka Boo, the next question.
I want to take this time to say thanks to the program committee. I think we need to get all of these information and flyers out there as soon as we can, because September is right around the corner.
Around the corner, yeah.
So the sooner we can get stuff out there, we can let our members know. And you know the issue of flights. Flights getting very expensive. So the sooner you can get your flight secure, that would be good. So I will urge you guys to expediently reach out and give those information so we can have them as soon as possible.
Yeah, you know, I think the chair just want for us. I got a committee to see all what we're doing, whether they got concern before we shoot them out. Yeah, so. Right,
That's
Mr. Vice President?
recommendation and observation.
Yeah, that was the hold up. You know, we just concluded the contract with and all the information of the host chapter as well. So we're just waiting for this meeting to share the information with you as executive before putting other information out.
Okay, Winston Topo, you got the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. SG. I know that first of all, let me say thank you very much to the committee for the excellent planning that you all have done. Like the president was saying, those of us that are working for the federal government now, we are back to our offices, and as a result of that, there's a lot of travel. So I haven't been able to make a couple of meetings, but I know this is probably late now since you all have established these different program activities, but maybe for the future or any possibility of amendment. But I think one of the things that we should try to do is to feature some of the good accomplishment that chapters have done. So for example, we have a chapter that maybe have done very well in grant writings or things of that nature. Give them about 15-20 minutes to come and make a presentation to the group, because it does encourage other chapters to learn at the convention. Because when you go to convention, or at least the ones that we do, it is an opportunity for education. So you are going there to learn what other people are doing. You are going there to learn what are some of the new strategies people are implementing. So when you come back home, you can say, oh man, I learned that the New Jersey chapter did A, B, C, and D. It's a education and a networking opportunity. I think those should be some of the strategic focus that we have. So we need to try to see how we can introduce those kinds of activities to, and I think it's going to excite, the chapter to showcase whatever it is that we've chosen them to do. So just a suggestion.
Okay, Mr. Tumbo, that's great. The chapters got reporting period during the convention. So I think one of the things I think that can be helpful if we can direct the chapters for you to be able to, maybe coach them how to do an innovative report. Right. So for that reporting period, they could do an innovative, things they have done in the chapter and make it more innovative instead of just writing, a paper and saying, this is my report.
I think you're right about that. And maybe one way we can do it is this. We can have them, we can develop sort of a standard what is the presentation format, right? Like we usually do at the conventions that I attend. And then we limit them to maybe 10 slides or 15 slides. And those 10 and 15 slides are for 15 minutes each, so everybody doesn't go there and start a dissertation or whatever. But then they put that information in those 10 slides, they squeeze it out any way they want to, and then we will give it to you as an SG. And whenever the chapter comes, everybody will have the same format, they have the same time frame, they have the same graphics and all that kind of stuff, and it is very, organized, it's very professional, and it provides opportunity for people to showcase stuff like that. That's one way that we can do it. Rather than a written stuff, we can do a format where people can use that.
Yeah, I think that's something we gotta work on. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other question?
Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
I just like, based on what Mr. Tupo was just saying, it brought something to mind. Then it could be a question, I don't know, but at this convention, are we going to have sections based on certain things? Example, let's say we're going to have a 1 hour session on business management or on organizational management. We're going to have a 2 hour session, a workshop. We're just going there to listen to reports and speeches.
No, Charles, one of the things, this convention.
Then all people from the different, we go home. What are we going to do?
Okay. Just about it.
SG, you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. President.
Yeah.
We will give time to those questions. That's a very relevant question. We also have Winston as part of our strategic committee. We'll also be making a report, not report, but he will be giving an update on some of his plan of action. And I want us to hold it right there and move ahead. And Joe, are you finished with your presentation?
Yes.
We'll come back to Winston on that.
Yes, we are done. Basically,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We really want to take this time to tell the chairperson, thank you so much, Mr. VP and members of your committee, the co-chair, Marto, and the host president for a job well done. To host these conventions are very, very tedious, and it is capital expensive, like he said. The financial secretary will be giving an update on the entire convention budget as well. But we want to thank them, and we look forward to all of what he has said. Let us get involved. Let us inform our chapters. Let us build up the momentum and send out the publicity out there, like the chairperson on the ACA and Technology Committee have said. He's looking for the relevant information. He's ready to go full blast. So let us continue to work along with them. The theme of this convention is reclaiming our Basel culture, okay? And it is very powerful. We are in the process of even sending invitation for prominent Basel citizen that knows the culture very well. So there are a lot of things. Invitations are in the process of being sent out. So again, Mr. Chairperson and members of the committee, we want to thank all of you. So before the financial secretary give an update on the financial report, at this time, we want to go to the various committees and chapters for the reports update. So we will want to start up with,
President.
yeah.
Yeah, before you go to the committee, let me just ask the chapters presidents and members here. If you have any suggestion, please do not hesitate to let the convention inform the convention committee. If you have any special guests that you would like to invite to this convention, please inform the convention with a committee and provide the information so we can include them on our guest list as well. Thank you, Mr. President.
That was very relevant, okay, because we don't want to complete, we are in the process of putting our list together for special guests. We don't want you to be left out. So if you know of anyone that you think that will be, that will benefit the organization in terms of the presentation that we can invite to this convention, let the committee know through the vice president, and we'll be glad to send out that invitation for that individual. Again, Mr. Chairperson, we want to say thank you. At this time, we will turn over to our able president from the North Carolina chapter for a remark and an update from her chapter. And then subsequently, the SG will take over. Yeah.
Mr. President, can I just jump in quick?
Yeah, Daniel.
Can I appeal that the treasurer make his report before the various chapter report? I have to run, to another meeting. So please, it will just take maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay, if that is it, if you have that emergency, okay, we will allow you to do that quickly, and then you wait for questions. Go ahead, Mr. Treasurer.
Thank you for your consideration. Let me start with our financial position. So for the month of April, our beginning balance, buying balance was $48,567.02. Total intake during the month of April was $6,722.41, bringing it up to $55,289.43. Our expenditure for the month of April was $2,640.41. Of that amount, $40 were paid on cell phone bill. $8.41 were paid on was for bank fees and services. $2,092 was liability that we inherited from the past administration when they hosted the 2021 convention. There were outstanding bills that we had to pay.
What?
And then $500 was paid towards our inaugural program. So if you knock that off the $55,289.43, at the end of April, our balance was $52,649.02. So that's our financial position as of the end of April. Another thing I want to briefly talk about is our convention budget. The budget has been finalized. It was finalized rather. And I want to thank the host chapter for their input and hard work working with the treasurer, national treasurer, to finalize the National Convention budget for 2022. The budget is projecting a total revenue of $44,450 that have various breakdowns that have been sent to the various chapters. So what we're projecting is that gross revenue would be $44,450. That's a high increase from previous convention. That is based on two things. One, we believe that there will be an increase in attendance to the convention, and we had done all the analysis. We went back and compared the past three conventions budget intake. We believe that we can bring the amount home. Expenditure, we are projecting $22,516.50. This is also due to the increase or high cost of goods and services because of the inflation and the increased number of people that we expect to attend the convention. We have already the cost of those things that we have to pay for because of the large amount of people that we expect to come to the convention. Our net revenue, we are projecting $21,933. If you compare that, if you put that against our expenditure, we are projecting pretty close to 100% net return on our investment. So again, as the VP said, the budget is before the board. They have been finalized. They were presented to the board a week ago. We are awaiting the approval of the board so that we can start dispersing funds to the host chapter to start the preparation for the convention. The second thing I want to talk about is chapter dues. 2021, we still have about three chapters, if I'm correct, 3 chapters that still owe chapter dues. We're encouraging them to make up their payment. 2022 is here. You know, by our constitution, every chapter has to pay $500 as chapter due. The importance of the payment for this year is that, you know, if you don't pay and you will go to the convention, you pay your sitting fee, you'll be allowed in the business session and all other sessions. What you will be limited to will be your voting rights. If you don't pay the $500 as a chapter, you might not have, or you will not have voting rights. And there will be issues that will be coming on the floor that will be voted on. For example, a very important issue that will be coming up at this convention is the Constitution amendment. So there will be issue in the Constitution that will be put on the floor for people to vote for. So we're encouraging chapters to pay their dues before the convention. The financial secretary will be sending out letters to remind chapter presidents to make their due payment. Last thing is we continue to work with the board. Every month, at the end of the month, we send a bank statement to the board for their review, for any question they have on the bank statements, and we provide explanation on those figures that come out on the bank statement. Again, we want to say thank you very much to the host chapter for working with us closely to develop the convention budget. We are also working with them, putting in place mechanism that will make it easier for people to pay their convention sitting fee and other fees that will be due at the convention. Overall, I think our organization comparatively is in a very good position financially as we go to the convention. I will pause here if any question.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. We'll turn it over to the SG to recognize any question, and want to welcome Martha Charlie. Is she still on? Yeah, Martha Charlie.
Yeah, man, try to say, yeah.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, Stephen Bablo, yeah, welcome now.
A quick question, Mr. Daniel Moore. Was the draft budget submitted before the board of directors? Was that budget submitted to various chapters head for perusal, or it was just approved in the executive meeting and sent? Oh.
I think the executive made of chapter presidents, and we had an executive meeting where the budget was discussed. They were approved by the executive. Correct me, Mr. President, if I'm wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so
I thought
the executive.
We discussed it line by line.
But no copy was sent to chapter's president, right?
I don't understand.
No, but here is before we discuss the convention budget, we brought it to the committee, we brought it to the executive committee, we went through it line by line, and when the executive committee approved it, and when I sent it to the board of directors, I copied all chapter president with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the reason for which I asked, I know it was being sent to the board of directors after it was being approved for the local. I may not be a financial expert, but my chapter has a financial team. So like that, if I receive a copy of the budget before it being discussed in a executive meeting, my financial committee can inform me of some critical issues that I will be able to raise before it even go to the board of directors. So like that, when we in our executive meeting, line by line, I can be able to ask those critical and necessary questions. But I did not receive a copy. I just want to know that, that's all.
Thank you, Bablo, for your concern. SG, go ahead.
Any question?
SG, let me just say, there's someone that is making a lot of noise.
Try to be putting your somebody.
Yeah. It is bad.
Put your hand up.
Yeah.
Can I have a question though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I know I'm not an executive.
You are.
I'm chaplain, yeah. But what I'm saying here is, okay, I do agree with Mr. Bablo, because even though we went line to line, because you are asking your president chapters to reach out to, I think, the board of directors. First of all, my first question is, why were you guys paying a bill that was owed by the last administration? That's the first question. The second question is, the convention is right around the corner. And I know we have been going back and forth, but up until now, if the budget has not been approved, then how long will it take? And then because these people got to work, and like yesterday, this is a convention. So what is the holdup? And I still think that the approved budget from the administration should go to the various chapters, most especially the active chapters. And also, well, that question will go to the Constitution Committee, because if someone is still have not paid 2021 and 2022, then something has to give.
Okay, to address your first issue, which is why we have to, pay the bill of the last administration.
Mm-hmm.
Generally in business, when you take over business, you take over liabilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the liability is genuine, because when you buy the business, you're not just buying the assets, you also buy the liabilities. So we took over. We agreed that, whatever came along with the package, It's part of the territory. So that liability is genuine. We investigated it. It's just that the past administration probably they didn't have the time to take care of it. We went back and forth with the board on it. We justified that it was genuine and we had to pay it. So we pay.
Okay, go ahead, Daniel. Sorry.
The issue of, with the board, when they will approve the budget, we don't really have control over that. Everything they ask us for, we put it in there. We make all the adjustment. I'm in constant contact with the chairman of the board committee for finance and budget. This thing, it's sometimes take, back those negotiations. I call them and tell them anything is in the budget that you're not comfortable with, let's discuss it. I can justify it. So we're talking to them. It might be a little bit, delay, but I think we'll come through and we'll have enough time to disburse.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think the treasurer answered the question very well. The SG will continue from there. SG, go ahead.
Anybody else? Any other question? I guess we're done. Oh, Charles, you got a question? Okay, go ahead, Mr. President. I think we're done.
Please.
I know we just knocking something behind that house there. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. President. I think we're done with that.
Okay. If there's no other question for the National Treasurer, we will ask Mr. Winston Topo to just say a word of thank you to our current National Treasurer.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. You read my mind, because that's exactly what I wanted to do, quite frankly. I thought that, this National Treasurer has done a fabulous job, not only keeping us abreast of what's going on, but really putting a good financial structure together. I also wanted to just remind people, which is part of my responsibility on this board, that the president and this administration, one of the primary focus that we have as a platform was this transparency, financial transparency, financial accountability, which was part of our platform. And I think that the treasurer is making the reality of that promise to the Basso people really real. So I just wanted to say thank you to him, but I also wanted to remind people that this is part of what our platform was, and I think that up to this point we are achieving that. So thank you very much, Mr. President, and all of the members and treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Tompo. We'll now go to our able president from the North Carolina chapter, President Albert Taylor, for her update and statement.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me just begin to say thank you to you all, ladies and gentlemen, especially the leadership, for all your efforts, commitment you made, trying to get us back. I also want a special thanks to Bata and Sis Faru. They were very instrumental in privately calling me and encourage me to encourage the chapter. So thank you all that we are back. I look forward to working with you all. I know it might be a bit that we have missed, but I know through communication we can catch up. I also appreciate tonight. I see a difference even in the conduction of the meeting tonight, and it's encouraging. So you guys keep up the good work. We are on board, and we'll catch up and see where we fall short, what we need to come up with. We will do that. So again, I just want to express my thanks and appreciation But I do want to let you guys know that I don't have too much of a report right now, just because we're just coming back together. Our meeting is usually the second Sunday in each month. So we have a meeting coming up in June. So at the June meeting, I will have a group or chapter report to have, something to report to you guys. But at this time, we've just been trying to encourage everybody to come to this meeting and that we are back together. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Let's give a hand of applause to, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, SG, continue from there, from the chapter listing.
Okay, matter to Michigan chapter.
Good evening, everyone. Gonna be short. Sunday, we have our chapter meeting. We have a July 4th full sale that we're working on right now. Everyone is well in Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you. I go to sub Jesse.
Mr. SG, please read a chat. Oh, God.
Sub Jesse.
Good evening, everyone. So our meeting is at South Jersey is held every third Sunday of the month. We did not host a meeting the third Sunday of this month because we couldn't get together. Unfortunately, my work schedule will not allow me, but my secretary and my local board chair are always the one who chair the meeting. But what we have working on is on June 18, we want to do a full sale at the Liberian Athlete Reunion in Trenton. It's going to be out there. We're thinking about doing full sale to raise some money. We also thinking about doing another one before the convention. So we have two in the works that we want to do. Since our last full sale was very successful, we did come up with some good money from there as our profit. So we want to do two of those before we head to the convention. So far, we have no death in our chapter. We thank God for that. You already announced here about Mr. Cooper being involved in an accident. That's the one person we have. Well, we don't have death in our chapter for any members, but one of our members, Reverend Conway Garty, lost his sister. So we try to reach out to them. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. They had something on Sunday because of my work schedule. But so far, we are well, and we keeping the wheels of South Jersey turning. So thank God for that. And thank you for the time.
Oh, thank you. I didn't check on Conwell. That's my former pastor from Whitby. So
yeah,
I know his family, so I don't know which is his sister and the child.
Okay.
Okay, North Jersey.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I bring you greeting from North Jersey. North Jersey is doing good. Last month, April, we visited one of our members that was ill. He had a surgery, and we took a huge delegation there. We cooked, had soup, fufu, and we took it there. And the family they were really pleased to see, that our member show up with that kind of presentation. And we're doing good. We have our meeting, teleconference, the last Sunday in the month. So, and we are looking forward to the convention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Colorado, Luther, you got time to give an update? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, all is well here. We are hoping to have a mass meeting in the next 3 weeks and preparing for the convention. But all is well, and the chapter is going to be in full force for this coming convention.
Thank you. PA chapter, my good old friend.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy to see my cousin Taylor. Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks so much for coming back to join us or join your people. Your family, let me put it that way.
Yes, thank you.
All right. But on the overall, we are doing good here. This coming Monday, Memorial Day, is our major food sale. As you all may be aware, or some of you may be aware, that I was back home to visit our signature project, the Pennsylvania Scholarship Project, with the various schools that we have scholarship students to. I visited them. We met the scholarship students. I know a couple of questions were being asked whether the chapter is doing the project under the auspices of the national. Yes, we are. If you check my reports, or if you go back to previous administration, Mr. President, I gave an account since my ascendancy to the presidency of Pennsylvania. I gave account on every students or every scholarship year to the national body. So if you go back, you will see all of my report. Yes, we are doing it under the auspices of the national, except that the national has a specific clause or policy they want us to inscribe into our policy. I'm open to that. That is no big deal. But we had our meeting there on Sunday. I must admit, every now and then we having new members coming into our midst. So the Pennsylvania chapter is growing. Sooner or later, Pennsylvania chapter might take over the entire union.
I got you.
I take the ball.
Okay, I go to the pastor chief. I need to call your chapter. I say pastor chief, you know.
Blow you.
Okay, Iowa chapter.
No, don't run away from me.
Go ahead. Okay, Iowa chapter, wait. Go ahead, Maryland.
I have myself muted, but I know the words you were, right? You cannot be the one that represents all of the pastor people in this country. Because we are all ready to work together as a union. Union means it's like team. There's no R in union. There's no R in team. So we're going to make sure that the union continue to exist, you know, for the betterment of our people. For the other people here in Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, we are ready to receive the child and to receive our guests. And we are not afraid to say that we will feed you all. We'll be here. Even if you come and you don't have food, let the president know, and we'll provide you with just as much food as we can. So we are getting excited to receive you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Iowa chapter.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for this meeting. Iowa chapter is doing well. We've been having a series of meetings over the past weeks. But a couple of weeks ago, because of meeting that coincide with other major activity here, we are not being able to have a meeting for the last 3 weeks. However, we are preparing and gearing up for the convention. And what I want to say is that the issue of the favor at the convention,
Okay, I'm coming to call you for your report.
Hello, Iowa will be interested in securing a table, not on the front, not on the back page, but on the front page, because the president of Iowa, being the faction designer, we want to exhibit all what the Bassa people through their career can present through cultural heritage. I thank you for organizing this great meeting.
Thank you, Iowa.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Okay, Magaboo, Georgia.
Thank you very much, Mr. SG. We want to take this time to thank the administration for progress made thus far. As you already know, our former president was involved in an accident. He's still in a RCU, but he's in stable condition. And right after this meeting, I'll be doing a follow-up to get more details on his current condition. As part of our fundraising efforts, we have been having Dunbar Day, and we have Mrs. Joko Nangwe as our program here. She's securing the facilities for our annual Dunbar Day, and so we have that marked. Also, we should have had our inauguration and fundraising ball, but due to the shortages of halls, we had to postpone all the way up to the 1st of October, and we'll be sending you all invitation. That will be the climaxing of our grand fundraiser for the year. We have not had the last meeting because our regular monthly meeting falls on the third Sunday. And so because of graduations across the state of Georgia, which our members have kids that will be graduating, so we postponed our meeting for this month. So that's about what we have on our hands. And we will also like to excuse me, let the executive committee know that our membership, we are in high gear for us to be at the forthcoming convention. So we will urge you guys again to speedily circulate those stuff so that we can not have a repetition of what happened in Kentucky during the last gathering. And the reason why we emphasize on that, because we are a good supporter of this administration, and Bassa Mansi Beaken and Dembovier. So we will be glad as soon as we receive the final draft of the program and other information. We'll be ready to go along and have our various hotels booked and get set. One last thing before I depart the scene, the cultural night or day that you guys are planning, I would suggest that we have some Bassa scholars that will give us some historical background to our Bassa heritage. We notice sternly that the Bassa vernacular is gradually diminishing. Some of us, we cannot speak it due to some reasons, but we can hope that with our leadership, we can also have draft for us to maybe sometimes down the line publish some Basa tracts that folks will be able to read the vernacular. So y'all just have that as FYI, so you can add it into your stuff, because I am telling you, it is going away gradually. You hear Basa, people speaking Basa, they put in English in it. If you really want to gossip, why you be putting English in Basa when you really got a message for you to send? So these things, they might look simple, but they are very serious. So we just want to say thank you, and it is good that we were part of this meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rhode Island, Martha Charlie. Martha Charlie, are you there? She was here.
Yeah, she was here. Let's move to the next.
I think she will be the last person. Which of the chapter you haven't called?
You haven't called Kentucky?
Oh,
You
Kentucky.
Barbara?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I forget about Kentucky because I know
Well,
who's
I
the
know.
president.
I'm going to charge you for contempt. Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for allowing us to be part of this meeting tonight. We want to say from our end, we want to say thank you for attending our convention. That's the inauguration, which was in our care, and everything was done possible. So at least, we can usher our president in. And thank you again for allow us to be part of the next convention. We don't have much to read tonight, just few. Here in Kentucky, we have few focus, here where we are planning for all the convention. Desperately, we are trying to make everything possible so at least most of our members can be part of the convention. Then, as we all know that we have new president. The new president, we are planning to, to have our inauguration, our program, but the date has not been, announced. We're still thinking about the date and the date. Then, this coming Sunday, we plan to have to bring everybody together in-person meeting. We will take it from on the line because we want to see everybody. We're trying to talk to most of our people to come closer, so we'll be having an in-person meeting. Again, I want to say thank you, Mr. President, for the effort. Thank you.
Thank you. SG?
Yeah, well, we didn't Martha Charlie, but I don't know whether she left. Rhode Island. So which of the chapter we haven't called yet? I think we're done with all the chapter besides
Okay.
Rhode Island.
Thank you, Mr. SG.
Okay, I have. Are you with me?
Yeah, we hearing.
Okay, on this note, it's not, I just want to appeal to the SG to help us in this direction regarding, I met with the chaplain general, for us to have meeting with all of our, chaplains, chapter chaplains. So will you please help us to at least send email to them so at least again, send their names and the telephone number so at least we can sit with them and discuss, how best we can run the chaplaincy.
Okay, I think what I will be able to do, I'll be able to send a communication to all the presidents, then I will quote you and Reverend Johnson email address so they can be able to, yeah.
You want to open a prayer team now for you know what?
Necessary.
We didn't see okay, Mr. President, I was saying.
Steven, they will start with the Pennsylvania president. They will lay hand on you first.
I know.
Come without shaking those hairstyle.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
We want to ask Reverend Johnson to just say a thank you to all of our chapter president for that report. Reverend Johnson. Reverend Johnson.
He's muted.
Okay. If she's muted, Martha, can you please say thank you to all of our chapter president?
I'm here. You can hear me?
Oh, we're hearing you now. Okay.
Okay. You know that technology,
chapter president.
Okay, chapter president. I
Oh,
just want to
Wendy.
say thank you to you guys. This is a wonderful team. We all woke up and I think we have learned from our lessons that we need to love and care for one another. And I can see the fruit right here. So thank you guys for your report, for what you're doing in your chapters. Like someone said, if the various chapter presidents are not effective or don't care for the organization, the national cannot do anything. So I say thank you again for your hard work. I know we can do better. We will do better, and may God continue to help us and give us the wisdom that we need to carry out the work for our Bassa people. Thank you again.
Thank you, Reverend Johnson. Thank you so much. SG, any committee? Any committee have a report that you want to call?
Committee have an update.
Charles Martel.
Charles already.
Winston Means.
Topo.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Winston Topo, yeah, he's here.
Yeah, and an update.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say that we are continuing to look for and identify those accomplishments that this administration has done, and that we're going to be focusing on at the convention. Joe, myself, and I think the SG's talk, when we were in Kentucky about some initiatives, and I'm going to get with them again so that we can try to highlight those initiatives, get them back on the table, so that by the time we get to the convention, we will have made some progress. But like the national chaplain said, I think that those initiatives that this administration said were going to be the focus, that were going to be our platform, we've taken those things and actually are working on them and making progress. And we just started. And so I mean it's very rewarding to see that we made a promise and we're trying to keep the promises. And I can't say enough that the team should continue to do this so that at the end of this administration, or even in the middle part of it, the president and this national body can say, there was a promise made, there's a promise kept. This is what we said we're gonna do. These are the things that we've accomplished. And part of my responsibility is to make sure that, we are on target with that kind of stuff, so. Thanks.
Any other committee? Okay, if there's no other committee, Mr. Winston Topo, we want to say a very big thank you. Again, this administration has a lot to accomplish, and we want to thank all of our executive committee It's not an easy challenge, and we are all in this together. And one of the things I always say to members of the cabinet is that, I mean, we need to communicate with one another, okay? The president need to be communicated, you know, through as well, just how we all expect, you know, one another to share information. So again, I really want to challenge all of us. Let us keep the communication flowing. You all, like I said, you all are the lieutenants. You all are serving like an advisor to this administration. If we fail, UNIBOA fail, okay? So this is not anything that has to do with, oh, I'm for this other person, I'm for this other person. We are all in this together. And one of the things I said, and I was just sharing that with my vice president, is that I want us to be upfront. If there is anything that this administration is slacking on, okay, let us be frank with one another and say, look, Mr. President, this is the shortcoming of this administration. I think we can improve in this direction. We are falling in this direction because what I cannot see, you all serve as the eye and ear of this administration. So I want to challenge us to be honest, okay, to the national leadership. It could be you tomorrow, okay? Be bold enough, call the president, it could be the vice president, it could be any one of us in leadership, pick up the phone and say, look, Mr. President, this is what I'm hearing. I mean, in a constructive manner, okay, not being personal, and be able to tell us and say, look, Mr. President, this is the weaknesses that I have seen on the part of this administration, and I think we can do things differently to improve this other aspect. But if we remain silent, you understand, and we don't say anything at all, I don't think being silent is an option. So if we will succeed, let us start to become honest and committed to one another to tell people, I mean, the fact, okay? So that's my challenge. And let us continue to communicate with one another. Many times, I mean, the president needs to be called because there's a tendency that, well, the president did not call me, you know, or the secretary general did not call me. I mean, we ourselves, we need strength. You all are the sources of our strength. So we want to encourage you all, if you're not hearing from the president, the vice president, the SG, pick up the call, let us continue to check on one another and say, look, Mr. SG, Mr. Vice President, Mr. President, how are you doing today? Okay, that's all about it. Once communication continues to flow, it strengthens our leadership as well. In the absence of communication, ignorance will always win. So I just want to challenge all of us. Let us keep the line of communication flowing, and probably in our next meeting, or probably I will be calling you guys one-on-one to ask you honestly from the bottom of my heart to say, look, it's time for evaluation. We have gone 6 months, we have gone 9 months, we have gone 10 months into our administration. Where do you see our shortcomings, and how can we improve on those things? Because many times we'll see these things and we'll remain silent and will not say it up front, but then later on, we will use it against the administration. So again, if I feel, if the vice president feel, if this administration feel, all of us have failed. We are the administration now, okay? We are one team, one body. So it's not about, oh, the administration feel, and I am not part of the administration, they have failed. No. If I feel, all of us has failed. So I'm pleading from the bottom of my heart, if there is anything that you have noticed on the part of this administration that is going contrary, bring us to that check and say, look, yes, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, I observe this. Even if you can reach out to me, reach out to the Vice President, somebody that you're comfortable with, reach out to them if that matter, because I know matter talk to a lot of people and say, look, this is what I'm observing and this is what we can do differently. But again, we want to assure this entire administration that we will do our very best to listen to you. There will be no single decision or major decision that we're going to make with all your advice and consent. Okay? So again, we want to thank all of you, Mr. Winston Topo and all of the executive members for your constant support to this administration. And I'm very, very proud. And I also want to thank my able vice president. We could not ask for no better vice president than Joe Reese. I mean, he's been committed, he's been dedicated, hardworking. I mean, we may have our disagreement on issues, critical issues, but at the end of the day, we achieve our goal. And to our able SG, very hardworking, and all of you, Martha Toh, and all of the executive committee members, I want to say a very, very big thank you. And again, finally, we want to come up with a calendar of event because we don't want to conflict our schedule. So if PA is having something, we want to make sure that everybody who have the time to be there to support the PA chapter, let us be there. We don't want PA to be having something on December 4th, then we look Kentucky having something on our same day. I mean, it's just not right, okay? So we want to make sure that we have that calendar event. Mary is not here tonight, but she sent in her excuse. These are some of the things that she's working on, and she will be reaching out to the various chapters to make sure she get your calendar event. So it's Sub Jesse having something, we all can attend that function and support Sub Jesse or North Jesse for that matter. And like that, it will make a big difference. So again, I want to thank you all, and I submit, and I will turn it over to the SG if there is any other communication on other matters, so we can, I think it's 10:20.
Yeah,
Mr. SG.
I think the only thing we want to pass out, we're gonna send out we're gonna post an announcement just in case a chapter get any agenda issue they want to talk about in the business session. We will, we'll take all these agenda issues, but everything won't show up, just for us to know which of the agenda item we want to work with. And what Winston said, I will encourage the chapter president, the innovative reporting, 10 slides, PowerPoint, if you're not familiar with PowerPoint, report, just get a few points and pictures. You send it to me, I can develop PowerPoint for you and send it to you, So.
Thank you, Mr.
Maria Phillips.
Yeah, Maria.
Yeah, thank you. Since we're on another matter, I just wanted to publicly thank our Vice President, Mr. Reed. He called the other day just to check on me, the president, and the chapter as a whole. I was on the freeway, so I couldn't talk to him much. I already let driving on the freeway, so I couldn't talk to him much. But I want to say thank you. And to the president, you said something yet that if you guys are doing something wrong, I just want to first of all say thank you for the great job that your administration is doing. But I wanted to say that I know it's no secret yet that during the inauguration, it must, I don't know if it was just some bad blood or misunderstanding with your administration and the board chairperson, but it seemed like you guys are getting along and things are getting together, because I even heard you mention that he had an accident, and that shows that you guys are concerned. That's how we should be. Like you say, it shouldn't be personal. We shouldn't come here and be disgruntled if somebody do something, come and say. So I want to applaud your administration for that. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, before we allow our Vice President to just give a final statement, June 25th will be the inauguration program of the Indiana chapter, leadership. So we want to encourage all of you to be a part if you can. It will be June 25th. So probably more information will be coming from the office of the SG in that regard. And Kentucky will also be in August, but the main date will be sent out later. So again, I want to thank you all. Mr. Vice President.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Yeah, thanks again. Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks for your leadership. We appreciate you, as we steer the ship next level. I just want to encourage our chapter presidents, as we embark upon the convention, we ask you guys to be open. I know that sometimes we used to doing things one way, and we're trying to bring some innovative way or different way of doing things. Let be accepted, let be open, and let's try to make the thing work, because the organization is evolving. And one of the things that we ran on is expansion and transformation. And we're trying to transform. That's why we are reaching out to other people. We have a lot of permanent Basel people within the society. We are reaching out to them to try to help us. We don't know all alone, so let's be open. As the president said, let's be frank, and we are open for suggestion. We are open for constructive criticism, and we are open for new ideas as well. So the convention committee will be calling you guys to a meeting soon, where we'll meet with our planners for the culture heritage program, because we already need your input as well. So thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, members of the executive committee.
Thank you. Okay, we're about to bring this meeting to a close. And again, if you have any challenges within your chapter, reach out to Mr. Winston Topo. That's one of his responsibilities, to be able to understand what are some of the challenges and needs of those challenges, of those chapters, so that it would better help the administration to see how best we can provide the needed assistance and to be able to do our grant writing. So again, the SG, the vice president, will be providing his number. We want to encourage you to reach out to him so that if you have any problem or any concern or anything that you want to undertake within your chapter, and you can let Mr. Winston Topo knows. And Charles Howard will be uploading our website with more information with regards to what we have discussed today in connection with the upcoming convention. Again, we want to say thank you, Madam President Albert Taylor. We want to say thank you for coming, and all of our chapter president want to say thank you. At this time, Reverend Johnson, if there is no correspondent from our SG, we'll ask Reverend Johnson to dismiss us in a word of prayer. Before she pray for us, we'll ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Mr.
So
President, Mr. President, I move that this meeting be adjourned.
And a second?
So second.
Okay. Yeah, been moved by the National Secretary General and seconded by the President of Georgia, Marco Boo, that the meeting be adjourned. Reverend Johnson?
Reverend Johnson, pray us out.
I'm praying. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, technology.
And so, God, we want to thank you again for a beautiful day. This is the day you have made. And Lord, we thank you. We are still in a strange land, even though some of us are here comfortably. We have been here for decades, but Lord, because we love our motherland and our homeland, so we are gathering together. Thank you again for what we can do together as a unit, as a tribe, or even citizen. We thank you for the wisdom. We thank you for the encouragement. And we thank you for the love that is coming, the concern for one another, because we all come from one hand. And if we don't do right, we will be failing our children, mothers, father back home. May you give us peace this Memorial Day weekend. We pray for safety. We pray for everything that you can give us, favor and blessing. in Jesus' name that cover everything that represented here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Manager, sorry, I said miss call.
Maria Phillips.
Maria,
We
Grandma,
will be calling all your chapter president also.
Maria just taking her sip with her
Grandma.
water.
Oh, my dear grandma, that young grandma.
Oh yeah, my daughter that got married last year. That why I couldn't come on. She got a baby. Believe it or not, I'm a grandmother. I'm not a grandma. I'm a grandmother.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Granny.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right, y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend. Shalom.
I know a lot of people traveling, graduation, wish you all the best.
I know a lot of graduation.
Congratulations to all of the parents.
I know, right?
I done my one graduation, my younger brother graduated. That was it.
I know.
Yeah, one from my son's graduating, one from high school, one from middle school.
Wow, when? Tomorrow?
No, one is the 17th and one is the 21st.
Wow, congratulations. Must be a proud mom.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'm a grandmother. That's a whole
That's a whole UNIBOA.
yeah, but we count it all joy. God is good. We count it all joy.
Yeah, sure.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Board. Keep us informed about Mr. Gagwa, man.
Yeah, sure.
We ready. We were lifting up in prayer, ready.
Yeah.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took care of us when we're in Georgia. He ready to take care of us. That's when I already got to know him, got close to him from that conversation.
That's the Southern hospitality. You got it yet.
I know. Tell me about it.
I know.
So Bobby Joe got his work cut out for him, huh?
Bobby Joe.
The man said the chapter, I said, he said the chapter when he get food, I bring in 25 people so we can feed all everything.
I know.
Joey, I think before we go 2 months, you start looking for a place for people to sleep again. You got
I tell you.
I have 50 room.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, 50 room, isn't that too small? But you know, I want people to like to stay with friends and family when they go places too. So yeah, so I like that it has a continental breakfast. At least that's a good thing.
Yeah, but
I will call you, Mr. Vice President. The information
that 15 room, they always, I mean, it can increase with the one thing that
add rooms later.
people, so they can always, once we start booking now and we know, and people start registering, we can always increase. They will love it anyway.
You know, I didn't get it. What city is this in? I know it's in Maryland. What city? I wrote all the other information. What?
Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore? Okay.
Baltimore.
Okay.
Information will be out soon. Very soon.
All right, because we're trying to write down the hotel, but you said 119, just to give my people heads up and think, okay, so I got a few things written down. And it was the Best West thing, right?
Yeah.
We can send the flyer out to you.
Yeah.
No, I can do things the primitive way where I let the writing them down.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wrote all my points that I need to talk about that.
I know. We're gonna post
the flyer is good now, right?
We're gonna say attachment to all the.
Oh, okay.
And then too is double bed so people can share.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
Yeah.
Just leave that double bed, single bed one out.
It's double bed. So
I'm telling you now, Michael, so you can know, so you can share.
I don't share bed.
Nobody's thinking about it.
No, but a double bed, so the person will be in the other bed.
We'll put a bed together.
Yeah, but if you put it together, you already big. You put it together, you talk. The guy king side bed for you. Michael, we know you don't share. You the queen, you don't share. What's she at?
Oh,
I had a bad experience. If it was snow all night, they sleep, so I can't have
like that when you share with people. I would just give you, I will even tell you some of my experience. It's not that we just stay shared in the spirit of sisterhood.
Jory, I will call you Monday, or you might say, you know, on our Washington basis something, you know, yeah, because I got a couple of sites that do the boat from either from the DC harbor to the other end of the yeah. So I'll kind of research it. So if they find it difficult, I can make that arrangement.
Okay.
Jeff passing.
So Mr. SG, you said that if we
did a research, research.
You check your email.
Okay, you said that we could take our pictures and send it to you to do the slideshow, right?
Oh yeah, report, yeah.
Yes.
If you want to do the PowerPoint, if you want to do innovative reporting, so all you gotta do, you know, things that you want to highlight, get pictures, you know, and you know, and a little bit of narrative. I can put into a PowerPoint format, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just send it to you, know, the way you want it, yeah.
What you say?
I said check your email.
Report that I think it's kind
Check my email now.
Why people see
Yeah.
what other people doing.
Okay.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just explain.
Check it up. So make sure that everything is okay. So SG can send it out.
Sure, I'm checking it right now. Yeah, I think it's good.
SG do a great job saying you call your hair.
Oh, Daniel, you stay here?
That's an upload, Daniel.
Daniel.
So as you call it.
Yeah.
Well,
you thinking straight.
You came down here, a real politician.
I gotta watch it at that convention. That new side, I gotta watch it. Social security buying.
Oh, SG, you got special forces on you already.
I know, right?
SG, myself, proud of like, bro, I still got a Rafi disappear.
SG, you involved in clandestine activity?
You ready to wait for me, Daniel?
We got a Rafi. I'm looking for the man. Oh, my body, I must stay here.
You think SG will wait for you, eh?
You got that way in the night, right?
Yeah.
He play Nicodemus. That Nicodemus, he come by now with my day.
I said, this my man was getting on.
Well, we have fun at that convention. I'm looking forward to it. We'll have fun at the convention.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, yeah.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it. Exactly. So I'm trying to mobilize a lot of people because everybody always complaining they got money. So all these things we want to do, if people say they got money, we'll tell them even if we rent car and be on us, you know, and come from our money, organization money. Because the place is just away from us here.
That's good.
I will be really about income.
How far from you?
That's why I say approximately 3 hours.
Oh, wow. You're sure?
Okay. That's not bad.
If you're driving the mighty now, then a 4 or 5 hours, but the people who will drive. Approximately 3 hours, yeah.
Driving at 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Don't let Ashamina drive. Don't let the chairman drive, please.
Oh, no. Where's Steve? Where's Stevie? That's Steve Brown taking you. I told you, I said,
a lot of people are gonna show up, but our whole East Coast is kind of stuck. So a lot of people,
yeah. So we're trying to bring a lot of people, man. We got to make this fun.
That's good.
Maybe just 1 or 2 things. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, is that your food? Okay, Joe, this is looking good.
All right, my people, y'all have a good night. Like I said, everything happening to me now, I will leave it on the grandma to you.
All right.
Let me go rest myself. Then money paying all day.
Yeah, you need a rest.
All right, y'all have a good weekend too. Good night, everyone.
President, you know what you told me?
No.
At the inauguration, I went up, she paid her money, I gave her receipt. She said, my trouble is round. So you better know where my money going.
That's a big one.
My trouble is round.
Yes, my trouble about my trouble can't finish. I told you, I said my trouble about my view. You can't finish.
I know.
I want to look for force with me. The trouble will not finish. About my view, my trouble can't finish. Especially when you kind of money business, they bounce up blood in me for that one. You might give me receipt. Yeah. All right, folks. Have a good night.
You too.
All right,
You too.
everybody go to bed. Martha go to bed.
Auntie, not the matter. I know.
Sending you the bell, man.
Go to bed. Enjoy reading comments, please.
Hey man, I can stay on until 4 o'clock in the morning, sending people to bed.
We have the long weekend, so.
Yeah, that's a long weekend.
Yeah, it's a long weekend.
My dog is sleeping your eyeball.
Some are not working Monday. So
As she try to send this thing out to, oh, you can do that stuff now. The promo.
They're looking good.
The promotion one.
Yeah, but news this one. When I news this one. Yeah.
They update that one. They send me the update that one.
Now I have time to fix it.
I will fix it.
Secretary.
I just send me the update that one.
No, it's looking good though.
Okay, so that's what I tell him. SG.
I'm not gonna leave it on.
Yeah, leave it on. Leave us on.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Why?
They can interfere with my recording.
Yeah. Oh, well, let me hold on 1 minute now. Where you going? 1 minute. You don't call your head now, so.
Man, matter today Friday, lead the SG. Friday. Maybe today Friday.
No, but okay, don't call me.
SG, you can go ahead.
Yeah, but the man said you're cutting us off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday now the man get other things to do.
Reflect.
They gotta put their hand in their head. So.